A new generation of trainers stands at the foot of a mountain. Up at the peak sits the thrones of 4 kings. 2 thrones sit empty, and at their feet is a wave of veteran trainers aiming for greater heights. Who will come out on top? Find out now on the Weekly RemARC! Hello everybody, you're listening to Weekly RemARC. Sorry we're late this week, but I've been sick and not feeling well, and everyone else has been super busy. There will be an Arconomy tomorrow. There will be no close combat or in prison this week. Just figured I'd let you guys know. So I'm not going to do any close combat stuff. Don't really want to do that, but I will touch on the imprisoned target, which we'll do that right now. The imprisoned target this week is Reginanos. So what we've got here in the announcements section here is Dan got himself a good lead to start off the block with 14 IP points. This week, Hunters, your target is Reginanos, I think it's Nanos, who's been hit or miss in league battles, terrible in dark matches, and so-so in the game corner. The blood is in the water, people. Go get them. And this week's Dark Arena, we'll just jump to that right now, is Gods and Followers, which is this really weird arena where you pick an Uber. You're allowed 1 Uber. And then all of the other Pokemon you have on your team must share a type with that Uber. And if you lose your Uber, all of your other Pokemon on your team, if there's any left, are given the embargo status, so they can't use their held items. So yeah, that's a cool little weird format thing, but go check it out. Moving on to the normal announcements. Battle comments. The ARC staff would like to ask everyone to hold back on commenting on any league match in which you may reveal information about a trainer's team. This ranges from the obvious calc to the passive comment, like pointing out how well Amon took a hit. Even if you think it's super obvious information, the battling trainer may not always be aware of all of the circumstances on the field. We understand that the environment right now with Platoons may give you invested interests in specific people winning or losing, but ARC is still a 1v1 league, and each trainer should rise or fall on their own as the battle is ongoing. But we ask this to you regardless if it is during Platoon Wars or not. If you really want to help each other out, do it in team building, in practice battles, or in talking strategy before or after the match. Speaking of the Platoons, Week 2 into the wars continues, and Platoono struck the hardest first. They managed 2 wins, while 2 other teams got 3, but Sments beating Venge for 4 bonus points all but assured their first place status with 8 points total. In second place, we have Haas Habsburg edging out Despacito 2 by their average strength of schedule. Both teams have 7 points. For the record, the tiebreakers are points, win percentage, least losses, most wins, and then strength of schedule. A reminder that only the top 3 trainers' records from each platoon factor into the ranking. You can follow along and see the exact stats by checking out the Platoon tab on the ARC Hub. Light on the news with this week, so let's also keep these things in mind. 1, the IV store is coming at the end of the cycle, and in the coming weeks, we'll be announcing new HPs to look forward to. Dark matches in Game Corner are your friend to quickly increase IVs. Also, Platoon Wars would appreciate the use of plus power and change of venue to gain the edge, and the bonus points help too. Keep an eye on the roster tab. People have hit their IV cap, others are close. Dark Wars is a thing, so keep at it, and we hope to name a winner by the end. A couple of you have hidden powers in your inventory that expire this cycle. They're useful, especially for Platoon Wars. The Game Corner IV's payout were reduced, so in response to that record has been reset, waiting to be settled by someone else. Only 1 week has passed in the Game Corner, so the record could be yours. And as always, we welcome your feedback and suggestions on new ideas or anything ongoing. Moving on to the ladder climb, we have Spence moving up to Ace Trainer, followed up by Brecker, Dan, Dart, Max, and Reggie moving up to Rising Star. Auto drop down to Rising Star. Marble Fall drop down to Youngster. Shoops and A. Kelly join the ranks at Youngster. As for the tier shift, there were a lot of them. I'm just going to cruise through these. Kyurem moved from UU to RU, Lucario moved from PU to UU, Rotom Heat moved from RU to UU, Arcanine moved from UU to RU, Mantine also moved from UU to RU, Ninetales moved from PU to RU, Jellicent moved from NU to PU, Slowbro Mega moved from RUBL to UU, Kingler moved from PU to NU, Zeraora moved from OU to UU, Ninetales Alola moved from OU to UU, Quagsire moved from NU to PU, Dodrio moved from NU to PU, Bisharp moved from OU to UU and then was quick banned to UUBL, Latios Mega moved from OU to UU and then was quick banned to UUBL, Latios moved from UU to BL and was quick banned to UUBL, Seismitoad moved from UU to RU, and Emboar moved from PU to RU. If you made any sense of that ramblings, good for you. If not, the Tier Shifts channel in the ARC Discord is your friend. Looking into the battle breakdown, we're taking a look at the hidden powers that have been used lately. Hidden powers that were used for 7-2-1. Cyricose used conversion from Battle Spot doubles to doubles VGC. Also used a stance change to swap out Dragon for Dark. That was not... did he do that? Did he have Dragon? I don't think he had Dragon. I think that's a mistake. Because DozerZigashi, used a stance change to swap from Dragon to Dark. I also used a plus power in my match versus Hartwong. We'll get to that in a bit. A Bront conversion from singles PU, Ubers, and Monotype into singles NU Ubers with Mastery and Ubers. Used a change of venue from doubles OU to singles PU, and a plus power. Brecker cashed in a plus power versus Vendetta. Smenst used a change of venue, changing from doubles Battle Spot to singles Ubers, and then a plus power versus Venge. Evo Janus, in their match against Shiny Satan, there was a chain of hidden powers. So Evo Stance changed Grass to Fire, then Shadow Stance changed Ferret for Water, and then used Conversion to go from doubles Battle Spot to doubles VGC, and then used a change of venue from singles RU to doubles VGC. And on to last week's battles really quick. We have A. Kelly beating Shoops in singles RU. Yo Pierre got the technical win over Zovier due to a no-show. Yours truly, DozerZigashi, beat Hart Wong in doubles VGC Sun and got that sweet bonus point from a plus power. Likewise, Brecker beat Vendetta in singles Monotype and got that sweet bonus point from a plus power. Cyricose beat Choose in doubles VGC Sun. Shadow beat Evo in doubles VGC Sun. Dan beat Na in doubles UU because Na was DQ'd. Dart beat Firechim in doubles Battle Spot. Reginanos beat Marblefall in doubles OU. Sage of Mugen beat Hashok in singles RU. Max beat Otto in singles Little Cup, and Max got a sweet 1.5 bonus points from that. Bront beat Yui in singles PU, and got a beautiful 2.25 bonus points from that match. And then Sments beat Venge in singles Ubers, the highlight of last week, and got a whopping 4 bonus points. So yeah, that's a thing. Moving on to the hierarchy, we have a Bront now going over Venge to take first with a 6-2 record and 17.5 points. Venge just trailing behind with a 7-1 record and 16.5 points. Sments right behind that with a 5-3 record and 12.25 points. Yui in fourth with a 6-2 record and 9 points. Otto in fifth with a 5-3 record and 8.25 points. As for big rises and falls in the standings, Shadow jumped up 9 places on the leaderboard. Max went up 8. Brecker went up 6. Dozer and Pierre went up 3. Sments, Dart, and Dan went up 2. Na dropped 2. Hashok dropped 3. Choose, Heart, and Vendetta dropped 4. Fire Gem dropped 5. Marblefall dropped 6. And Evo Janus dropped 7. There were some more drops due to inactivity as well. I'm not going to mention those because those trainers are inactive. So if you're inactive and for some reason concerned about your placings, remember that you do have points decay and you will lose your points. Now on to the big stuff. We're going to take a quick look at, normally, we'd go into the dark hierarchy, but I figure now's a good chance to insert the Platoon Wars stuff and things are going on there. So right now, Platoon 1, is in the lead with 8 points with a 2-1 record, which gives and also a big .662 strength of schedule. Following that up, Haas Habsburg has 7 points with a 3-0 record. and a .514 strength of schedule, which puts them over my platoon, my boys, Despacito 2, with 7 points, also with a 3-0 record, but with a 0.323 strength of schedule. Then we have Why Do Girls Like Bad Boys, the platoon with 5.5 points and a 2-1 record. And then coming out the rear is one of my favorite platoon names, Nato and the Heartbreakers, with 3 points with a 1-2 record. So where those points come from, Platuno has 6 points coming from Spence, and 2 points coming from Reggie, and no points from anyone else. Despacito 2, Platoon 2, has 3 points coming from yours truly, 2 points coming each from Dart and Syracuse. Why Do Girls Like Bad Boys, aka Platoon 3, has Max with 3.5 points and A. Kelly with 2 points, and no points for anyone else on their board. Platoon 4, Nato and the Heartbreakers, has Brecker as their only point winner with 3 points. And Haas Habsburg has Shadow with 3 points, and then Mugen and Dan and Pierre, all with 2 points apiece, but only the top 3 count. And Pierre had a very, 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 very low strength of schedule on this with 0.133. So Dan and Sage's points are the ones that count, but Haas Habsburg does have that little buffer, which is probably going to help them potentially in the long run. Now into our dark hierarchy. Of course, it is a Bront in first with 34.91 points, followed up by Venge, who is just trailing behind with 30.41. Then we have Otto with 12.5 with 16.94 points, and then Spence with 12.74 points, and then sneaking his way onto the top 5 is none other than yours truly, DozerZigashi, with 7.53 points. Yeah, taking a look at the game corner this last week, there were no perfect weeks. Sadly, Shadow kinda had one, but never had a 1-point pick, so that doesn't count. They didn't get anything wrong. They didn't have any points left on the board. They just didn't have their full picks, so it was not a perfect week. Sage of Mugen and Venge only each got 1 wrong. Mugen lost his 5-point pick, which was Venge, and Venge lost his 4-point pick, which was Yui. Spence walks away as this week's biggest spoiler with 36 spoiler points. Check out more later this week on Arconomy as Dart returns as the host. Taking a look at the IV breakdown, there's going to be 3 trainers we're looking at right now, because someone has hit the IV cap in Max with 200 IVs. And so because they're at the IV cap, as long as they remain at that IV cap, they will no longer be mentioned in the top 5. They'll still be on the chart I have in my notes, and they'll mention them as being at the IV cap, but I don't want to count that because I want to incentivize people to, spend their IVs. So Max is at the IV cap, which means coming up to the number 1 IV slot that isn't cap is Yui with 166, followed up by Eva, who drops down with 149, Choose rising up over a Bront with 134, over a Bront's 124, and then the new 5th one on the standings here, since Max has hit the cap, is Otto with 106. Moving on to Record Watch, starting off, looking at the game corner, we have an unofficial record. Most points spoiled in a single week. The former record, 33 by Na. Well, if there was a match worthy enough to break this record, it's Venge losing his winning streak. Venge wasn't even the most trusted to win for the week, but he did have the most 5-pointer picks, 6 to be exact. Spence earns the honors this time around, gaining 36 spoiler points in the week 1 of Block 7-2. On to Dark Records, the longest winning streak, which was 14, set by Bront. The streak was stopped at 15, but a new record was set nonetheless. 2 different 10-plus winning streaks in Dark is impressive, a feat only a Bront has accomplished. And the most battles in a cycle record, which was 29, set by yours truly. This incredibly easy record to break has finally been broken, but it took 3.5 cycles to do it. Bront is the first to have more than 29 battles, but he probably won't be the only one. We'll check back on the status of this record later in the cycle. Most points in a cycle, 26.7, set by a Bront. A Bront and Venge have surpassed this point record. However, each averaging over 4 battles per week can go on a losing streak, which can bring their point totals back under the record, so we'll keep an eye on their points until the next few weeks. As for the league record, we can finally put this one to bed. the longest winning streak, which was 11, set by yours truly. And now that Venge has finally been defeated in a league match, his first loss since 5-2-2, which was on March 5th, 2018. But that means that the record is now set at 24 wins. As impressive as that is, it is arguably going to be the second hardest record to break, as Venge's title defense record is still ongoing. While the longest streak was in progress, Venge won the world title and defended it 7 times so far. And most points in a singles ladder, 18.35, set by Venge. The increase in bonus points this cycle has led to the possibility to break Venge's record quicker than usual. There are still 6 weeks left, so anything can happen, but a Bront is less than 1 point away from tying Venge in singles ladder points record. Venge himself is also not far behind. And that's all we've got this week on the Weekly RemARC. Once again, I'm sorry this is late. I'm sick, and I have some other stuff going on, and I'm busy and tired, and I'm not going to complain too much. Replay of the week is going to be late this week. Smence is getting that taken care of tonight/tomorrow. I think tomorrow, so that should be going up sometime this weekend. Our economy is going to be going up hopefully tomorrow as scheduled. If not, it'll be out Saturday. No Imprison, no Close Combat, not even a Close Combat Bullet Punch. So I will catch you all next week, where I should hopefully be able to have a weekly RemARC done on time. We will see. Catch you all later then. Bye-bye.